What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninjas Top 5 Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Kick it off with the honorable mentions. First, I have Edward Cabrera. Picked up 5 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 1 earned run. His breaking ball, disgusting, as well as his turbo changeups. Next, I have David Bednar for K'ing the side with this filth. I have Will Warren for these sweepers that broke 23 and 24 inches. It's kind of normal for Will Warren. And lastly, I have Kyle Hendricks for this 84-mile-an-hour fastball. This is a sinker, but I have never in my life seen any hitter this far out in front of a fastball. I mean, this is a bolt. This is one of his best bolts of the game. I matched Kyle Hendricks up with Ben Joyce, just in case you were curious what 106 looks like against 84. Both of these were strikeouts thrown by Angels pitchers, and it doesn't matter how you get them done. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, Fernando Cruz for his torpedo splitters. Look at this thing just drop off. I love this home plate view. You can see it looks like a fastball coming in, kind of middle, and then it ain't there when you swing. And I have that tied with Kodai Senga's ghost forks yesterday. If Senga pitches, he generally makes this countdown, apparently. He had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run. His ERA this season, 1.59. He had 14 swings and misses on his forkball yesterday and 22 whiffs for the game. He's an all-star, right, Will?
If he's not an all-star, we riot.
He has to be. We'll see him in Atlanta. We're parting with Kodai Senga. Kodai Senga is unavailable to pitch today because he's hungover, drinking with Pitching Ninja. At number 4, Seth Lugo for this curveball that had nearly 3,400 RPMs. An absolute buzzsaw. Look how fast this thing dives to the dirt. At number 3, Michael Soroka for these ridiculous slurves. Look at the movement on this. This is like prime Michael Soroka from way back in the day. He had 7 Ks in 6 innings, giving up no runs. And you know what we say, Will? Mike Soroka. At number 2, Mason Miller for this sheer domination. Came in with the bases loaded and just devastated hitters. Look at these sliders. He picks up a White Castle special here. And Kjerstad looked like he caught a case of E. coli with that look on his face swinging at this slider. We're not defaming White Castle. You cannot get E. coli from White Castle burgers, I don't think. But you can from Mason Miller's sliders. And then he throws 103-mile-an-hour cheddar and gets pumped up. And you don't often see Mason Miller get pumped up. He's usually kind of low-key. Not here. Fired up Mason Miller is my favorite Mason Miller. And then picked up another K with a slider. Great stuff from Mason Miller. And at number 1, we have Tarik Skubal. I have a man crush on Tarik Skubal. I love watching this dude pitch. He is maybe my favorite pitcher to watch because he just shoves the ball down hitters' throats. No diddy. Tarik Skubal is now on a streak, a historic streak, where he struck out 95 batters in his last 11 starts with only 3 walks. Yes, count them, 3 walks in that period, which is the all-time best mark by anybody in the history of baseball over this period. Don't forget, he's also thrown over 102 miles an hour during this stretch too, which is a bad look for all those pitchers are just throwers. They're not pitchers anymore. Well, you know what I have to say? Suck it, you haters. Tarik Skubal is a freaking man. He is absolutely dominant. He had these heaters and changeups, picked up 6 Ks in 7 2/3 innings, giving up only 1 run and, of course, no walks. He has a 49.3 whiff rate on his changeup this season. It is the most valuable changeup in baseball in terms of runs allowed. He has a 30% whiff rate on his 4-seamer, with hitters only hitting 226 against it. Hitters only hit 225 against his sinker, and it's the second most valuable sinker in baseball. His slider has been dominant, and even his knuckle curve, which is like his 5th best pitch, has a 57.1% whiff rate. If you look at this chart of the location of his pitches for the season, you can see why he doesn't walk anybody, because he just lights up the zone. He doesn't care to hit spots necessarily. He knows you cannot do damage on his pitches, and he's like, here it is, hit it, You're not gonna. And he's been right. He is so fantastic to watch throw. Love his mannerisms on the bump, everything about him. He's on his way, hopefully, to picking up another Cy Young Award. He's absolutely at the top of the mountain among starting pitchers this year. Here's Skubal talking about his mindset when it comes to throwing strikes versus hitting spots.
Every other walk kind of upsets me a little bit. I don't really like walking guys. It's hard to hit. So, and I understand that. So just going at guys and kind of pounding the zone with all 5 pitches. And then when you get to 2 strike counts, you don't have to do much different. Just, they're uncomfortable as it is already. So just kind of finish the job in that situation. I'm going to make guys hit the ball around the yard. There's no point in giving a guy a free pass. That's my mentality. Strike 1, strike 2, and I'm going to get you out. And, 4 pitches or less. And then I felt like my mechanics got a little bit more repeatable. And when you're repeating those things, I feel like I can just now throw the ball as hard as I want to, and it's going to go over the plate, and that's kind of the goal. Is like, I know I don't have great command, but I'm going to throw strikes. I'm not always going to hit my spot. There's guys that can, dot a gnat's ass. And I know I'm not one of those guys. I don't really do that a ton, but I'm going to throw it over the plate in the air and make you hit it.
Now on the Ninja notes, Ben Brown had 7 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 2 runs and looked really good yesterday. Patrick Corbin had 2 Ks in 8 innings, giving up 2 runs. Davis Martin had 7 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs and no walks. Sonny Gray had 5 Ks in 6 1/3 scoreless innings. Zach Littell had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run. Colton Gordon had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 run. Chad Patrick had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up only 1 run. His ERA, 2.84, been very solid. Aaron Ashby looked nasty in this game. He had these Ks. Hayden Birdsong, Mr. Tambourine Man, had 5 Ks in 4 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. Camilo Duvall came in this game and had 3 Ks in 1 inning and just dominated. He does have a little less cool of a K skip than Yuan Duran. I mean, it just doesn't look as intimidating or as cool.
It's hard to compete with Duran's case.
It really is.
Ninja, yesterday was D-Day, and I was expecting the dongs to be flying all over the place. And I was going to make an awesome compilation because there's no better way to honor our greatest heroes than an awesome Homer video. But it was just a complete disappointment of a day for Dingers, so we have a little bit of a letdown of a segment. But Orioles fans rejoice and get the Homer hose out because Jackson Holliday sends one out in Sacktown to tie the game. Orioles fans can stop pestering me about never featuring their players. There's truly no bias there. They just haven't been so hot this season. And that tradition continued here as the O's immediately gave up around the bottom of the inning to go on to lose 5-4 to the minor league A's. Next, this might be a homer pick here, but Marcelo Myers' first career home run, the number 4 overall pick in 2021, jacked his first career home run in Yankee Stadium, even though the Sox were absolutely shriveled at the time and destroyed in this game. Because I don't have too many great dongs to show you, I will be showcasing a bunt here, because IKF shows the world how to lay down a perfect bunt in a crucial spot in the 9th inning where the Pirates end up walking it off later this inning because of this superb bunt. The dog of the day goes to Spencer Torkelson for this game-winning homer in Detroit against the Cubs. Yeah, it made the score 2-1, but they end up going up 3-1. But that's your dog of the day.
And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. Sometimes your stuff is just so disgusting that it makes you puke.
Pitch AB, battle won by Michael Hilker Jr. Back-to-back strikeouts. He's retired 4 in a row since coming on.
My picks today, we have a 50% profit boost from FanDuel on any bet on any sport. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to take a 3-leg parlay here. I'm going to start out with Jacob deGrom for 5Ks or more, then take Ryan Weathers for 5Ks or more, and top it off with Luis Castillo for 6Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?